this is it. This is where we find out if grinding was done correctly, our foil isn't too thick, our shapes are the right shapes? We're about to find out if the Alien Xenomorph stained glass project is good to go for soldering. Plus, we'll be doing the always entertaining steps of taping and flipping the project, so stay tuned to find out if you have OCD. Will I leave a spot uncovered, or will I uniformly cover the whole project in tape? There's only one way to find out. If you've ever made stained glass before, you're absolutely familiar with the uneasy feeling that something isn't right after applying the foil. The once perfectly fitting pieces no longer fit so perfectly. WTF, mate? The foil is 100% to blame, but it doesn't seem right because foil is just so thin and harmless. Let me tell you a thing or two about foil. I actually get more slices on my fingers from foil than I do from glass. Obviously nothing that bleeds, but it definitely leaves its marks. And even though it's a super thin material, it all adds up, especially the more pieces you have. For example, if the diameter of your project is 3 square pieces, you'll have 2 vertical solder lines. Each solder line has 2 pieces of foil. So in total, there would be 4 layers of foil to throw things off. Now increase that 3-piece project to 93 pieces, all of which having different shapes and complexities. This throws off the measurements in every which way to Sunday. This is why we grind off a little bit to accommodate for the thickness of the foil. Some people like to match the pieces to the pattern. I think it's a solid plan if the pattern is simple or if there are few pieces, say less than 20, in the project overall. This method becomes very time consuming in my opinion because you're meticulously making sure every piece fits perfectly within the confines of the pattern, which usually leads to bigger gaps in the end. Once you get to larger patterns or more pieces, I found it's easier to use the pattern as a guide, ultimately grinding so the pieces fit the other pieces instead of just to the pattern. Thank you so much for watching, and my condolences to everyone who is negatively affected by my actions of leaving the spot untaped. I just like to keep you on your toes and tuned in for the good and the bad. It's what makes life worth living, you know? Be sure to hit the follow button if you haven't already, because we're soldering next.